So let's get started with today's discussion. So we are conducting this type of sessions every month where we will talk about how we can leverage the power of generative AI in L&D world, right? Maybe in different domains like HR, finance, but this session is specifically for training and development. So here we are going to discuss one of the use cases. We'll try to understand what the use case is all about. And after that, we will be seeing one demo. I have created this entire demo in Python. So obviously I'll be showing you the front end, how it looks like and what it is going to do. I'll explain the entire data and all, which I used, the dummy data for explaining this entire use case. So let's start with the discussion and let's go step by step and try to understand what's going to happen. So reinventing talent development, an AI-powered approach to training needs analysis. Now here, the way we identify the skill gaps, right? So basically you guys must have doing a lot of analysis for all of your employees, maybe taking manual surveys, getting some information from the manager. So the way we identify the skill gaps is no longer fit for the purpose. So most organizations, including maybe our organization as well, rely on the outdated TNA playbook. This approach is manual, subjective, and fundamentally misaligned with the pace of modern business. For example, let's say one manager is having some issues in the lack of domain knowledge, and the other manager is lacking in the analytical capability. So now both the managers will have a different set of training requirements. One manager is actually should go for the domain type of training where he will get the better understanding of the domain, and the second manager should go with the analytical type of training, right? However, maybe what we may be doing is that we are going ahead and sending both the manager to one type of training because it's a managerial type of training. But the idea is that every employee will have their own needs. Some employee will be pretty much good in one subject area and one employee may be present like very much good in the second subject area. So every employee will have their own customized training. So in this solution which we have built, here we will be going ahead and seeing that there are different employees with their different levels. Each employee will have certain set of skills which they should have. And based on that, it should go ahead and decide which training the employee should go for. We'll see that with some examples. This is not just inefficient, it's a drag on performance. The downstream effects of a broken TNA process are significant, impacting our budget, agility, and people. Low training ROI, resources are spent on irrelevant or low impact programs. Poor adoption, employees disengage from training that doesn't address their specific needs. Reactive skill developments, critical skill gaps are identified late after they have already impacted projects or goals. Inconsistent recommendations, training decisions vary widely depending on the manager, leading to inequity and inefficiency. And finally, no audit trail. We cannot systematically justify why specific training decisions were made, posing a compliance risk. So a lot of challenges you must have also faced while you are scheduling certain programs for your organizations and maybe having certain bottlenecks which you should be planning to take care of. So here what we are going to do is we are going to create one, like I'll I already created that. So I'm going to demonstrate one of the applications which you can think of in your organization as well, and you can plan to create with the help of your technical teams. So introducing the intelligent TNA platform from generic curricula to personalized career roadmap. So here we are proposing a data-driven platform that shifts our approach from mass-produced training to individually optimized development plan. We will have the employee details with us. We will have the training, or I can say the skill details, and we'll have the enterprise data, right? Can you quickly confirm, are you guys able to hear me loud and clear? Okay, I see the responses coming in. Thank you. So I'll show you the data set which I have created for this particular example. So here you can see that we have one data set, which is the employee details, right? So here you can see we have various employees, employee ID, employee name, employee email, the level of the employee, department, designation, location, and the date of joining. And like this, we have around, let's say, 20 employees. We have the skills as well. So every employee, we are maintaining their current level. For example, employee number 101, his name is Rahul Tiwari, and his skills are what? Excel, the current level is 1, SQL, the current level is 2, Python, the current level is 2, Power BI, current level 1, communication 2, domain knowledge 0, Gen AI basics 1, data modeling 2, project management 2, and last SS date. That is the information which I have, and obviously we have some of the historical training information as well. What all training this guy has already gone through or planned for it, right? So that is the information which I have about the employee. And again, you may be maintaining your certain formats, but I just created one dummy data for this. Second is we have a TNA structured assets, where basically it is talking about if you are a fresher, right? If you see the role level here, if I apply the filter out here, you can see that if you are a fresher, then you should be going through all these trainings, right? And the details of the trainings, Excel, communication, SQL, and so on. Prerequisite none, total hours, mode of the training, and whether you will get certificate or not, and what all topics you are going to learn in that training. So if Rahul is a fresher, then he should be at least going to this training as per the human way, right? If we are driving through without AI solution, then you will be suggesting that you go through all these trainings, right? Go through all these trainings. So that is what, based on the level, you will be deciding. So for example, if you're a manager, then you have to go to these 3 trainings. And same way, if you are a mid, then you have to go through these trainings, right? So all these things are there. For every level, we are giving the trainings. So that is my second. And third is obviously this table where the required level, right? So if you are a fresher, communication should be 2, domain knowledge should be 1, Excel should be 2, Gen AI basic should be 0, Power BI 1, Python 1, SQL 1. So that is the required level which you should have if you are a fresher. For example, if I go back to that employee table and if I look for the skill of employee 101, Excel is current level 1 and the required level for Excel is 2. That means he is having some gap in the Excel, right? He should be learning that. Then SQL 2, here also SQL is 2, so that is fine. He is there up to the mark. Python 2, here you can see Python is 1, so he is ahead of that, which is okay. Then Power BI 1, Power BI 1, which is fine. Domain knowledge 0, communication 2, communication 2 is fine. Domain knowledge is 1. So there is a domain knowledge of current employee is 0. And here I need a required skill as 1. He should have a bit of knowledge, right? So that is again a problem. So there is a gap in the skills, right? This is the required levels which we have, and these are the trainings which we can offer. But if you see, for a fresher, these are the trainings which he has to go with. And for Rahul, what training he has to go? He has to go for Excel and domain knowledge, right? Because he is having that gap, skill gap, right? So that is a manual way. But there can be a chance. I'll give you one scenario later on, right? For example, let's take one employee. I'm actually giving you the idea about what this system is going to do, right? So let's take an example of Priya Iyer. I'll take 3 examples and then we'll try to understand what's going to happen. So Priya Iyer is a manager, right? If you go and check her skills, these are the skills which she has. And if you try to compare it with the current level, she is a manager. So I'll click on the manager. These are the skills which she should have. So I'll copy this for side-by-side comparison. Right. So here you can see that communication is good. She already has a good communication. Domain knowledge is 4. That is also fine. Gen AI basics is 2. That is also okay. Leadership is 4. That is okay. SQL is 2. That is also okay. That's it, right? So she already has all the skills. So maybe machine may not give any specific training, right? We'll see that for this particular person as well. So for her, all the skills are up to the mark and the levels are also looking fine to me. Let's take another employee, one more employee. That is your, let's say, Divya Menon, right? She is a manager again, right? And the same skill she will have. So her employee ID is 116. These are the skills which she is having as of now. And this is what she should have, right? The levels. So now let's compare. Communication is 4, communication is 5. That is okay. Leadership, domain knowledge is 4, domain knowledge is 3. So she needs some of the improvement in the domain knowledge. Gen AI basics 2, Gen AI basics 3. So again, there also there is a requirement, right? Some improvement is required. Leadership is 4, leadership is 4. Power BI is 2, Power BI is 1, right? So there is again a gap. Project management is 4, project management is 4. SQL is 2, SQL is 3. So there are certain gaps in the skills, right, for Divya Menon. So now we have to suggest her Gen AI training, domain knowledge training, Power BI training, and SQL training, right? But all is happening automatically. Like we are doing this manually as of now, right? I wanted to go machine to see this entire thing, information, and try to understand that what is the gap of the skills, plus what all training she should go with. For example, if you are a manager, let me undo this. What skills she has to go with? So domain knowledge is weak, right? So that is one what we have to recommend. Gen AI basics is weak, and your Power BI is weak as well, and your SQL is weak. So 4 skills are weak. But if you go and see the managerial trainings, right? If you go and check the catalog for the managers, are we offering that for the managers? We are offering the leadership training, we are offering the project management training, and we are offering the Gen AI basics training only for the managers. But what she needs is, she needs Power BI and SQL as well, right? That means as per the manager role, that training is not in the list. So what our application will do, our application will refer to now my main training catalog where we have all the different trainings available, right? Here is the role, fresher, mid, and manager. We have all the fresher trainings which we have, all the mid program trainings which we have, and all the manager program training which we have. It will refer this entire universe of training. Try to find out the skill gaps which we have found out. And based on that, it will create a personalized recommendation for this particular employee. There will be a chance that I will not recommend her these trainings. Rather, I will be recommending SQL Power BI trainings, right? Because that skill is what also is the priority, right? So that type of solution is what we are trying to build here. We already built it. I'll just show you in some time, but that is basically the use case, right? That are certain set of trainings which manager should go with. But what I am doing is I am not only referring to those trainings, but I am referring to other universe of trainings as well. And based on that, I am going ahead and I am trying to give a personalized recommendation based on the skill gaps which she has, right? And that your AI model will do. Okay, so I hope you got the use case, what we are trying to solve, and I hope that you must be doing as well in your organizations. So let's go back to the PPT, which we are discussing. So here we have different sources which we are going to connect with. There will be an intelligent platform. What it will do, first, it will identify the individual skill gaps, right? This will be a manual approach. Here I am not using any Gen AI, right? Here I'll just check what is the required skills, what is the actual current level, and try to see where there is a difference or not. Based on the difference, the skill gap is coming in, right? Which we have seen in the Excel. Then we have the filter eligible trainings, right? So it will filter those trainings which are eligible for the managers, which are eligible for the freshers, which are eligible for the mid professionals. So it is not going to give me the trainings which are actually required for that professional. It is only give me the list of training which is as per the role you should go through, right? So that is what it is going to give me as per the business rules. Now now the third part coming in where the actual AI is coming into picture. AI will see the skill gaps. AI will see the training which he should go with as per the business rules. Plus, AI will go and see all the other trainings as well, which are available in the company. Right? And based on that, you will be creating it. The final roadmap. So generates personalized roadmaps using AI grounded in official content. Produces audit ready reports for documentation and approval. Right? So it will create a nice report which you can send it to the manager for the approval for your trainings. So that is what this solution will be doing. Our guideline principle, the best for both worlds. Rules, correctness, compliance, governance, auditability. The deterministic foundation that ensures every recommendation is compliant with business policy, prerequisites, and role requirements. Plus AI also coming in. So some of the manual thing we are doing, plus some of the AI thing also we are adding in. So relevance, personalization, effectiveness, and optimize. The intelligence layer that personalizes the optimal learning path from the universe of pre-approved rule-compliant options. Rules ensure we recommend the right things. AI ensures we recommend them in the best way for each individual. We took three individuals. One is Rahul Tiwari, second is Divya Menon, third is Priya. So we'll see for all the three what's going to happen. A modern, modular, and enterprise-ready architecture. So I have created the architecture using the front-end tool, which is known as Streamlit. Again, this is a more of a technical slide. But what main thing you should be aware of that we are using the PDF, that is the PDF which we have, the training catalog, right? Based on that training catalog, you are going ahead and you are basically referring the entire trainings, the entire universe which we have. We have a structured data where we have all the employee details, right? And all the training details. And then I'm using some of the technical stuffs in Python, like LangGraph, which is a framework, which is helping me to create the entire workflow. And then at the end, it is going to export one PDF, which will have all the information, right? So your front end, rule-based intelligence, applying the filters, finding the gaps and all. knowledge base plugging in, plus your employee details also plugging in. So basically what's happening, see the flow here. Your employee details going and checking the rules, trying to understand the gaps that is coming inside the AI engine, plus your all the trainings which are available in your organization that is also coming inside the AI engine, and combining both together, I am getting the entire recommendation. Right? So here you can see the platform's accuracy and relevance come from integrating three core structured and unstructured data sources. One is employee database, where I have employee master, employee skills, and training history. I have shown you all these Excel files. We have the training catalog, training details, rules, and logistics. And third is training browsers, where we have all the training details and curriculum details. And combining all these three, you are getting a nice outcome, which is giving you the proper training, which is a personalized training. Our layer intelligent design, a disciplined approach. Skill gap analysis is happening at the first. I already mentioned that. It's a deterministic. It's no AI applied here. Purpose is establish the objective truth of what skills are missing. Skill gap is equal to required level minus the current level. I am using the basic formulas here. You can change the formulas based on your company's logic. A precise auditable table of skill gaps for each employee, which you are going to get. No AI is used, and at this stage, it's all manually happening from the data which we have. Layer 2 is training eligibility filter, rule-based, enforces business rule to determine what training is allowed, matches role level, checks prerequisites, exclude completed courses, a compliant shortlist universe of potential training. Still no AI is there, compliance is guaranteed, right? Basically, which all training a manager should go with, that three list we had, right? Which all training the fresher will go with, and which all training the mid professional will go with. That information will be coming in here. Skill gap can be different. The training which we can offer is different. Now here the AI coming into picture, which is your more powerful component of this entire solution. Personalized training optimization using AI. Select the best combination of training from the allowed universe. Logic is AI maps gaps to capabilities, prioritize based on urgency, and builds a roadmap, right? Whichever gaps are there, I will give that as a priority, and I'll give that type of training first. So AI only optimizes, it does not invent, right? So that is the third layer which we are having with the help of OpenAI model, which I am using. The trust anchor, grounding AI in our official content. So without grounding, basically, what we are doing is the PDF file which we have right here, the PDF file which has the entire training, this one. So this is acting as a ground. Whatever trainings are available, I am going to recommend from that. That's a list of trainings which I have, right? Which is also known as RAG system, retrieval augmented generation. So I'm giving that information. So recommendations are explicitly backed by official training brochures. Explanation use our company's language and reference specific modules and outcomes. Provides an audit and compliance ready justification trail. Right? How it works? Training brochures are indexed and stored in vector store. AI retrieves relevant snippets in real time and construct the justify every recommendations. So that is the solution which is coming in. It's not only going to give you the training which is recommended plus some extra trainings as well based on the gaps. So a lot of backend calculations are going in the solution, right? So this is the entire journey which we will have. If let's say Rahul Tiwari is a project manager, I will log in with his account. Rahul logs in. The system loads his role, department, current skills, and training history. Right? That is what the front end will give me. It will calculate the gap analysis, automated gap analysis. The system instantly computes his skill gaps against his role. That is as per the role's requirement. That is the first layer. And this layer is not happening with AI. It's a pure mathematics, right? Actual minus what is required. Then we have the third layer where it is a rule-based filtering. The platform shortlisted AI training he is eligible for based on the prerequisites and company policy. That is my layer number 2. which I have shown you in the Excel also. I took one employee, I found the skill gaps, then I saw all the trainings which he can go with, but there is a gap which is different than those trainings. So I'll recommend the third part, the fourth layer basically. Here your AI roadmap generation coming in. The AI analyzes his top gaps and the eligible trainings using the official brochure to generate a personalized roadmap with clear justifications. Layer 3, right? And then I will download that recommendation of training. Rahul reviews his 30, 60-day, 90-day plan on screen and download a comprehensive PDF report for his manager, right, for approval. So this will be the entire journey which we'll have. So what outcome we are going to get? Tangible outputs for every business needs, key use case, manager approval and discussion, LMS upload and enrollment, formal audit documentation, performance review input, right? So you'll get the entire flow of your training. It's a strategic win for everyone involved. For employees, employees can focus on the skills which companies are looking for. So personalized and relevant learning paths, a clear roadmap for skills development and career progression, transparency in how and why training is recommended, right? Clear cut, you will get the proper details. For L&D and HR team, reduce TNA cycle from weeks to minutes, ensure consistent, high quality decision making at scale, elevate the L&D function from administration to strategic talent development. For business leadership, data-driven decisions and measurable ROI on training spent, audit-ready justification for every training dollar invested, a scalable solution for talent development across the entire enterprise. From a gap to tomorrow's strengths, personalization, as of now, it is low. We are making it high, and that is to individual level, right? We are personalizing the training not only at the department level, we are doing at the individual level. Explainability, we are giving a proper reasoning as well, that if you are going with this training or if you have to go with this training, why you have to go with this training. I'll share this PPT here. Auditability, weak and strong justified, right? Auditability is again very strong and scalability is automated. Compliance is enforced by design. A platform built for future of work. This platform is the cornerstone of our future talent strategy, designed for continuous enhancement and integration, continuous skill reassessment loop, external course marketplace integration, right? Budget optimization module, AI mentor career coach, manager approval workflow, and LMS integration. As of now, we are doing all this with the PDF. We can integrate with the external marketplace like Udemy, Coursera, Udacity and all, or we can integrate with our own LMS as well. It will look at the entire database of your LMS and based on that, it will just do the trick. As of now, we are just using the PDF. Right? So that's it. This platform provides the intelligent and efficiency required to close our most critical skill gaps and accelerate talent development. Our proposed next step is to initiate, again, we can do further things as well. We can integrate with the LMS. We can try to create a pilot projects and all. You can work on that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's see this in action. So this is the front end which I have created, right? I use the Python at the front end, and at the same time I used Streamlit, which is one of the tools which we have. So let's go ahead and let's log in. We'll take 3 examples. So I'll open the data as well parallelly so that you can see that. So I'll be focusing on Rahul Tiwari, who is a fresher. Maybe I can focus on Priya as well. Looks like she does not need any training as such. And maybe one Divya Menon. And maybe we'll take one mid-professional as well. Maybe Saurabh, right? So these are the professionals for which we will try to see. Let's start with Rahul Tiwari. I'll close this file and I'll reopen it again because this system will require that information. At the backend, it is going to use that. So 101, name is optional. If you want, you can give it, else you can log in. So you can see that this login details coming in. The skills which he should have, skill names, required levels, current level, and the gap. Clear cut, I see a gap in the Excel and the domain knowledge. Here you can see there is a key observation that Excel needs improvement, domain knowledge needs improvement. This is the shortlisted training, which is coming from the second Excel. If you remember this Excel, where we had the fresher as a filter. So these are the trainings which I can offer him as per his role. Excel communications equal Python, Power BI, domain knowledge, Gen AI basics. You can see all those coming in. Excel communications equal Python, Power BI, domain knowledge, and Gen AI basics not coming in because I'm choosing 1, 2, 3, 4. I think top 6, right? If I make it top 10, it will be coming in as well. So these are the trainings which I can offer. But out of these trainings, do we have Excel? Yes, Excel is there. Do we have domain knowledge? Yes, domain knowledge is also there. So I don't need any extra training which is not in the schedule, right? It is already in the schedule. So now I'll be clicking on this personalized roadmap. These two trainings are already there. I will recommend him, right? Let me close this Excel again. I'll open it again if needed. So I'll click on the generate the personalized roadmap. Now here AI is coming in. Here, AI will look at the gaps, AI will look at the training offered, AI will look at the PDF, which has all the training universe. Based on that, it will generate the entire summary for me. A roadmap is generated. Rahul Tiwari, a fresher, has a skill gap in Excel and domain knowledge. Recommended training will help him to build foundational skill in these areas, Excel and domain knowledge. Excel training is given. Why this training? This is for the employee. That why are you going with this training? This training covers the basics of Excel, including functions and data cleaning, which are essential for improving Rahul's current level in Excel from 1 to required level 2. Right? Expected outcomes, improve proficiency in Excel functions, and so on and so forth. These are the things which you are going to get in the training. Same way for domain knowledge, banking ops, and here you can see. One more thing, Rahul Tiwari, banking. Why banking coming in? Let's quickly check it out. He is in the customer support department. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. That we can make also, right? We can actually make it more powerful as well. As of now, it's a basic application. You can make it that you are working in the banking domain, then I will be giving you the domain knowledge of banking only, right? Like that. So why this training? This training provides foundational knowledge in banking operation, which is crucial for Rahul to achieve the required level and so on. Other details coming. Here is the 30, 60, 90 days plan. Complete the Excel training, complete the domain knowledge training, then apply the skills and then seek the feedback. How to measure improvement of ROI, Excel proficiency level before and after training, domain knowledge assessment score before and after training, self-assessment quizzes for each training, feedback from supervisor on practical application of skills, right? And then here you are going to get the report. Once I click on this, you will see this report coming in and you see this nice end-to-end report coming in for the Rahul. That employee ID is 101, name is Rahul Tiwari, fresher, summary, skill gaps, required skills, current gap, recommendation in the training, 30, 90, 60 days plan, and ROI measurement. Right? This you can send it to the manager for the approval. So that was for one of the employees. Now let's log out and let's go to second employee. Priya here 106, right? So let's log in for her. Her skill gaps was not there, right? She was pretty much okay. If I log in, you can see that there are no gaps at all. Now, if there are no gaps, these two trainings she still has to do because she is a manager. And for manager, these are the three trainings which she has to do. That is leadership, project management, and Gen AI basics. But here, if you see, it's giving me only leadership and Gen AI basics. Why? Maybe she must have done one training already. Let's check it out. So training history, 106. And if you see here, project management, agile, right? Agile is already done. Agile and delivery stakeholder. So that training is already completed. That is the reason she is not getting that as an option. So now she is getting these two trainings. So now machine will generate these two trainings only as a recommendation. because the gaps is 0, right? So I don't have to think about other trainings. I only have to think about what all things are pending. So now when I run this, it is going to give me these two training as an option. So here you can see that people management and only one training it is coming as of now, right? That is this one. AI agent is still not coming in. That's fine. That's okay. So this is the plan, and you can again download the report, and this report is for free, right? The interesting is the third employee, where she is a manager, but she is lacking some of the skills which is required, which is not a part of the list, right? That is the interesting one. So that is your this Divya Menon, right? So now let's log in with her ID 116. Now she has a gap in domain knowledge and Power BI. But if you see, for the manager, there is no Power BI training available. Right? There is no Power BI training available. There is no domain knowledge training also available. Right? Those two trainings are not available. So if you are using this Excel, then you will be recommending only these three trainings. But actually, she needs to do two other trainings, which is not part of managers. Right? So now here AI will look into the trainings, the skill gaps, and based on that, it will recommend me all together a separate trainings, not these three trainings, right? And that is what we actually wanted. So let's run it based on the skill, because skill gap is important for me. Whatever these trainings are, it's not that important for me as of now. Skill gap I need to fill first. So now here you can see it's generating the report. My expectation is domain knowledge training and Power BI training should be coming as a priority, which is not part of her list because she is a manager. But still, you can see that process excellence coming in, Power BI coming in, right? So these two trainings coming in. Again, you can see enroll to the process, complete the training, Power BI training, right? Then see the progress, seek for the feedback, and download report. So here is the report for her for both the trainings, right? So that is good. Let's take one more guy who is a mid-size manager. So 111, right? So let's go back and look for, let's log out 111. Saurabh Jain, right? So here you can see SQL is a skill gap, domain knowledge is a skill gap, Python is a skill gap. These are the trainings available in his list also, right? So machine will just look it and give me the recommendation, right? Based on the skill gap. So do we SQL, domain knowledge, Python? SQL is there. Python is also there. Let me see in the Excel also. As a mid manager, what training we are offering. Right. So here you can see domain knowledge is also there. Okay. Although it is not coming here, the reason is I only pick up the 6, right? I can change the code and all the training will become. How many trainings are there? So we have 8 trainings, right? So if I change my code and make it 10, it will give me all the trainings. So now let's run it. What is the expectation? The skill gaps should be filled up, right? So let's run it again for Saurabh. So the training which I'm expecting is SQL, domain knowledge, and Python, right? Or maybe 2. As of now, I think in the code I have written 2 training only. So it will give me 2 recommendations. If I change it to 3, it will give me 3 recommendations. Let's see that. So these are the skill gaps: advanced SQL, process excellence, and Python. So you can see 3 training coming in. So all the 3 trainings which are relevant for filling up the skill gap, right? So that is also looking fine. And again, I can download the report. Here is the report for Saurabh. So this way you can create a detailed all AI driven, right? So it's having some manual intervention as well, which is this part, skill gap calculations and all is happening manually. Manually as in obviously I'm using the coding part only. But the main game is happening here. Generate the personalized roadmap where it is looking at the skill gap. looking at the training which he or she should go for, plus looking at the training universe as well. And based on the skill gap, if those trainings are not present here, it will get the training from the universe, from that PDF which we have, the entire training catalog, right? So this way we created this entire solution, which you can see that it's quite powerful, right? Although it's a quick demo, it took me around half an hour to create this entire solution, but we can customize that. We can make it more powerful based on the industry needs as well, right? So the idea here is that you can think of some of the use cases where you are having a pain point and try to fill up that pain point with the help of AI. And you can take help from your technical team on the same, right? So I hope this makes some sense. I wanted to discuss this as a use case. Any doubts you guys have, you can let me know. We can have a discussion. Any doubts, any queries, you can ask me to unmute and we can have a discussion, or you can ping me on the chat. How can you check the effectiveness of recommendation or training interventions? Effectiveness as in what? Whether the training is effective or not, that again, that is your task, right? AI is generating the response. After that, we have to just check whether the gaps are filling or not. We can have one additional check on that, that the gaps are based on the training which are recommended by the machine. Will that filling up the gap or not? I can apply one more check on that. And if that is relevant, I can confirm it. So that additional check we can do. It can be a human intervention. We can apply the HTIL, human in the loop, or we can have one programmatically also. We can take care of that. As of now, I created for employee level, but you can do it for department level as well. Thus, minor code change will be required. It's a customer. See, the entire code which I have created is customizable. It's on Python. So when you create a solution, you can just make sure that you are giving the data at a department level rather than the employee level, or maybe employee plus department level. This is created based on my understanding. I am not coming from the L&D background, but I researched and I thought of creating this solution. But you can think of and you can give me the ideas. We have shared one Google form as well. You can give some of your ideas as well. Why we are conducting this session, so that you can get some idea that what can be done in the solution, right? So you can go ahead and you can put it in the form and we can maybe come up with those use cases in the future sessions. What about the AI portal which you have shown? Can you please share more details of it? I can share it, but I'm not sure whether you guys will be the right audience for this because it's very technical, right? So that's why I was a bit restrictive on that. But what I did is I created this entire code in Python. Right. So this was the entire files which I created, and I used this app and I launched this app. So it's all written in the Python. So it's more of a technical thing, right? So that's why I did not touch upon. But the main thing which I can show you here is I'm using this environment file where I have this OpenAI API. So I'm using the OpenAI model, and whatever report generation is happening, it's happening from this model, right? Here I am creating the vector store. My PDF is getting saved in the vector store. That means all of your textual data is converted to vectors, right? And I stored it here. So this is like entire solution. Here is the authentication where user will log in with the ID and password, right? So all these things are there. But this is the front end, which is, I think, will make more sense to you guys. Any other doubts? Let me know. You can customize this. Absolutely. There is no doubt on that. You can give me some ideas as well so that I can help you on that. And you can fill up the form and I will maybe see those details and then I'll try to come up with another use case in the next discussion next month. After completing the training, will the current skill level be updated with? We can do that. That we can do absolutely, right? So we can update that. We can ask machine also to update. As of now, this is the first part of the solution, right? You can uh, you can have one more page where you can mention that these trainings I have completed, and automatically your AI will update your score as well, right? Gap also, if you want to do that, or you can uh, just manually as a manager he can update as well. So that changes we can do. You can ask AI also, absolutely. But if you are asking AI, then you can again apply the HTIL, human in the loop, that when AI is going to update the score, the skill gaps, right? It will first raise a pop-up to the manager that I'm updating his skills or L&D team. Then you can, once you approve that, then it will update. So that part we can apply. What about the next? What about the need related to future roles? That again we can customize, right? As of now, see, as of now, I am just focusing on the current gaps and as a current role, what trainings are required. But if you think that now this manager is going to become a senior manager, so he should be aware of these things as well. So we can add one more thing to it, where we'll have a future training type of thing for future roles. So that thing we can plug also. What I can do is I can write all these points which you are asking. I'll just try to update this in my solution later on. Okay, any other doubts? Let me know. I'll copy your questions directly. Yeah, recording I will be sharing. Like you will go to the SkillUpRight YouTube channel. This recording will be there once this session will end. My colleague Vinod pinged the YouTube channel name. Will the AI suggested personalized training be integrated into organization training catalog? Yes. No, as of now, see what happening. Try to understand, Anish. As of now, AI is suggesting the training based on the company's catalog only, right? As of now, this is my company's training catalog and the skill gaps and what all training a manager or mid-level professional should go with. So it's like a company's universe only, and it's giving and suggestions from the company's catalog only. But if you want that later on, I want some extra trainings which is generated by machine, which is not there in my catalog. We can convert that code. We have to convert that code first. As of now, it's all in the company's universe, right? You can plug it with the external MOOCs and all, and you can ask that, okay, these are other trainings as well, oral trainings I should go with. And then we can keep adding that in the catalog. That part we can do. But as of now, the solution which I have created is specific to companies catalog only. Right? No new training is coming up from the AI. All right, anything else? All right, so I think no questions coming in. I hope you guys got something new from this particular discussion. You can think out loud, and you can also share with us so that we can try to create some of the solutions for demo purpose, and you can showcase them, your management, that these things can be implemented and you can implement in your organizations as well. Thanks for your time. We'll connect next month. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.